This protest reminds me of the Anna Hazare movement. Now, the difference between Anna Hazare and Sonam Wangchuk is that during Anna Hazare time, the media was free and the media was covering everything of what Anna Hazare was doing. In Sonam Wangchuk, the media is not free. The media is completely regulated. So, Sonam Wangchuk was not getting any media space when he started this protest. Now, I was persuaded, my conscience told me that I should go and meet him to ask him to end his fast basically for two reasons. One, that I know for sure Mr. Sonam Wangchuk has done amazing amount of work in the field of education, and he has done all that selflessly, not like a school mafia which is enrolling students and making huge profits, but of people who can't afford education, of people who are deprived of the basics of education. He has worked amongst them and tried to educate them. So that's the credibility of Mr. Wangchuk. The second thing that moved me to go and meet him was the failure of our exam system. I mean, what has happened in the NEET exam this year is actually the tip of the iceberg. What we all know and what is there in the public domain, that this NEET paper in some form or the other is being leaked every year. There are students of affluent families, especially children of doctors, they get into NEET year after year, and for them it is a very, if you ask me, economically viable proposition. Why is it economically viable? Whatever the money they spend for the purposes of getting a high NEET rank, that money is recovered by virtue of the fact that the children get into a government college. And in the government college, the fees are very less. A person who can afford to pay the fees of a private college gets into a government college by virtue of this manipulation of these NEET examination, or on the basis of the NEET examination paper leak, or on the basis of there are various ways in which this NEET examination leak happens. Sometimes the invigilators help, sometimes the coaching agency has some information of some question papers. Sometimes somebody else sits for you and takes the exam. This is called an engine as far as this field is concerned. And the affluent pays the money under the table, gets a government seat and pays minimal fees. The poor who can't afford to pay this fees or this, whatever the charges are there for this getting this paper, ultimately get into a lower rank in the merit list, and they are forced to take the private college's seat, which also charge a huge amount of money. So it's a double jeopardy.